This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about, besides these arm wrestling matches, what's next. Of course, it's the Omaha In Your House we recently covered. Good friends, better enemies. Ahmed opens the show tagging with Jake in a losing effort to Davey Boy and Owen Hart. It's important to note that as of this point, Ahmed Johnson has yet to be pinned. Is that a conscious effort? Hey, we're not going to beat him.
I believe it was, and it was something that had to be special, and we were looking for the right time and the right place and the right opponent to do that.
I also want to mention the big Kuwaiti Cup that you and I've talked a lot about back in the early days of Something to Wrestle. The company's going to go for a Middle East tour, and Ahmed Johnson winds up beating Triple H in the finals. The Kuwaiti Cup. These are sold shows. Remind everybody what the concept here is.
Well, I think it was a 3 or 5 day tour, something like that. It was crazy. It was a crazy, brutal international tour. But it was a sold show, and they wanted to do a champion of the region. So it was hence born the Kuwaiti Cup. And this was an opportunity to have Ahmed, win a prestigious championship without winning one of the prestigious championships just yet. So he could make claim to being the first ever Kuwaiti Cup champion.
Yeah. So there you go. That and $10 will get you a coffee at Starbucks.
That'd be $20 these days.
It's cheaper down here in Alabama.
Well,
So here's what a lot of people remember when Ahmed finally loses, and what a moment it was. May 27th of 1996, Monday Night Raw. As a reminder, on the other channel, Scott Hall is going to walk down the stands on Nitro, and the genesis of the NWO is here. But Vader is wrestling Ahmed Johnson here on Monday Night Raw. It's a King of the Ring qualifying match. Owen Hart is going to hit Ahmed with his cast. As a reminder, Owen had been doing commentary, but he's going to interfere to help Vader gain the victory. And the result is Ahmed Johnson is knocked unconscious and therefore loses his first pinfall. And eventually they put him on a stretcher, take him backstage. Goldust is going to give him mouth to mouth. When Ahmed wakes up and sees the gold dust on his face, he starts going crazy. He snatches Bob Holly against the wall. He runs a guy through Goldust's dressing room door. This is a big time angle and probably the biggest piece of business Ahmed has had in his wrestling career yet. I mean, he's the final segment on Raw. This is a cool moment for him, is it not?
Yeah, it was really the first, when you look at, a big singles opportunity. This was a big opportunity for Ahmed, and Goldust was red hot at the time. So to be able to put those two together, and it was also someone that I think in Dustin that could teach and be able, same thing. Every opponent that you look at for Ahmed in this period of time was someone that could help teach him and slow him down. And that was important. And Goldust was red hot at the time and very controversial.
So talk to me a little bit about Ahmed, and his approach here, because we've heard a lot of times, even sort of tongue in cheek, guys like Kurt Angle would tell you, well, I can't lose. So Ahmed's finally going to lose, although it is with a screw job. And then we're going to have another fellow who you would call androgynous, almost insinuate that he's making out with him while he's unconscious. And we know that Scott Hall was none too happy about that creative just, earlier this same year. How was Ahmed with, all right, we're going to beat you, so you're finally going to lose, and oh yeah, then we're going to have Goldust make out with you.
Ahmed saw the opportunity and the chance to be in a program and have story behind it.
How great was Ahmed in the execution though? When he ran that guy through the door, man, that shit looked real. I mean, I guess
because it was real.
Just saying, it translated well, right? Vince and you had to be fucking pumped.
It translated to real because, again, it was real and you felt the emotion. And that was something that Ahmed could do anger well.
So let's talk about King of the Ring 96. Of course, it's remembered mostly these days because Steve Austin coined the Austin 316 phrase in his victory promo when he became the King of the Ring. But it's also notable because Ahmed Johnson gets his first Intercontinental title reign, defeating Goldust. And this is a big moment for him. I think he's not only the first African-American Intercontinental champion. I think he might actually be the first African-American singles champion in company history. Of course, there had been, black tag champs before, but I think he was the first black world champion or Intercontinental champion. Does that seem right to you?
I honestly have no idea. But I tell you, it was a big deal for Ahmed, and it was one of those where you sit back and you look. We're watching Ahmed, and even in those early days, you look at him and you kind of visualize, I could see Ahmed as WWE champion.
Yeah.
So this was the first step to getting to that point.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.